A young girl was rushed to the hospital after getting injured on the playground. But when the doctor examined her wound, he was completely stunned. It had already been stapled shut. Confused, he asked, "Who did this to you?" The girl calmly replied, "I did. I didn't want to come back to the doctor." Even more shocking, she pulled the staples out herself, using her hands and even her teeth, without showing a trace of pain. To test her claim, another doctor performed a cold press test, placing her hand into ice water. Less than 2 minutes later, the doctor pulled his own hand out in agony, but the girl didn't react at all. That's when they confirmed she had a rare condition that made her unable to feel pain. During further tests, they discovered she was suffering from severe internal bleeding. Thankfully, it was caught just in time. This raised a haunting question: are people who feel no pain truly lucky? A woman finally found a parking spot after searching endlessly, only for another driver to steal it right in front of her. Frustrated but determined, she parked elsewhere and entered the mall, where the crowd pushed and shoved her at the entrance. Her patience was already gone. When she asked an employee for help finding a popular dancing duck toy, she received a careless response. After struggling through the crowd, she finally grabbed the last toy, only for a man to snatch it from her hands and shout that it was his. That was the breaking point. In fury, she pulled out pepper spray and sprayed anyone who got near her. Just as she lost control completely, a voice ordered, "Hands where I can see them." She turned, expecting a police officer, but it was Santa Claus. Moments later, real police arrived. The woman was arrested. Santa wasn't spared either. Nearby children cried in fear, asking if Santa was going to die. One firefighter tried to comfort them by saying it wasn't the real Santa, accidentally shattering their belief in Santa forever. A Marine spent over 30 exhausting hours traveling just to make it home in time for his daughter's performance. Along the way, he stopped a man from stealing a wallet. Moments later, a truck ran a red light and crashed into the bus. While most passengers only suffered minor injuries, the thief was critically wounded. The Marine pressed on a deep neck wound and stayed with the man until help arrived. When the Marine realized he might miss his daughter's performance, firefighters rushed him to the venue in their truck. Just as his daughter was singing on stage, she spotted her father and ran straight into his arms. The crowd erupted in applause. Even the firefighters were moved to tears. Late one night, a worker named Brandon inspected a broken conveyor belt. Suddenly, a robotic arm activated and knocked him unconscious into a box. Foam insulation poured in, and without realizing it, co-workers sealed the box and shipped it. Brandon woke up trapped, barely able to breathe. He called 911 and stayed on the line as the box was loaded onto a plane. Firefighters raced against time, used sound to locate him, pulled him out unconscious, and revived him with CPR. While recovering, Brandon revealed that the dispatcher guided rescuers using phone sounds. That voice saved his life. At an automatic car wash, a man ignored warnings and opened his door mid-wash. He slipped under the machine, and his leg was crushed as the equipment continued running. Firefighters cut off the power and water, used rescue tools to lift the car, and freed him. Though his leg was badly broken, he survived thanks to rapid rescue. Another emergency unfolded when a man was trapped on a fire escape as heavy debris fell from above. Firefighters rappelled from the roof while others climbed below. With seconds to spare, they lifted the crushing weight and pulled the man to safety, proving once again that every second truly matters. At a plaza during Christmas, a massive holiday tree collapsed in strong winds, trapping several people beneath it. Firefighters cut through thick branches as fast as they could, rescuing children and adults one by one. Deep inside the wreckage, they found an elderly man named Hugh pinned by a branch that had pierced his body. He lost consciousness as they worked to save him. After stabilizing the object and rushing him to the hospital, Hugh survived. Days later, on his discharge day, firefighters surprised Hugh with a fire truck and helped him fulfill his lifelong dream, dressing up as Santa to give gifts to children. Surrounded by smiling kids, Hugh broke into tears. It became the most meaningful Christmas of his life.